Welcome to an audio version of an original article by Kathi Kresol, operator of Haunted Rockford Paranormal Events, Rockford, Illinois. This audio presentation is entitled Lieutenant Burnside Bailey and contains the 2015 story of the same name.
In March of 1945, the Allies were making great progress in the European campaign. They began the largest aerial assault in history during that month. Over 1,800 American and British airplanes, in columns that stretched through the skies for over 500 miles, were used to transport the parachutist troops into position for a massive strike. The sky troopers would land, attack, and hold the positions until the ground forces could relieve them. One of the servicemen involved in the huge attack was 21-year-old Lieutenant Burnside Bailey. Everyone called him Bernie. Bernie was born in Rockford and had graduated with the class of 1941 from West High School. He attended Connecticut Wesleyan College for a little over a year before leaving to attend flight school for the Army Air Force. Bernie's parents, Franklin and Helen, lived on Harlem Boulevard in Rockford. Franklin was the president and treasurer of the Fred A. Smith Lumber Company. Both Franklin and Helen served with the American Red Cross. Franklin was the co-chairman of the Winnebago County Disaster Committee, and Helen was the chairman of the Volunteer Special Services Corps. They had another son, Robert, who was 18 in March of 1945 and was waiting to be inducted into the service. The Baileys were very proud of Bernie, especially when he received his wings on January 1944 at the Blackland Airfield at Waco, Texas. Bernie had been a part of some major aerial invasions. One, in September of 1944, was an air invasion of the Netherlands at Arnhem, and then in December, he had flown a mission to relieve the 82nd Screaming Eagles in Belgium. His descriptions of the expedition showed how proud he was to be a part of these invasions. Franklin and Helen heard from Bernie on March 23, 1945, when he wrote of another upcoming invasion. Though he could not give the details, Bernie hinted that this was to be the most massive expedition in history. Later, they would hear that an estimated 40,000 parachutist troops took part in the invasion. Bernie was the pilot of a C-47 transport plane that would carry some of the troops from the British 6th and the United States 17th Airborne Divisions. The men would drop into the northwest corner of Germany's industrial region, around the city of Wesel. 97% of the city would be destroyed in Operation Plunder. Wesel was a target because of its strategic position on the Rhine. Unfortunately, it was an operation that Bernie would not survive. At first, he was listed as missing, but within a short time that status was changed. The family received the telegram on May 12, 1945, that changed Bernie's status to killed in action. Though his family erected a headstone as a memorial to Burnside Bailey in Greenwood Cemetery, his body is buried in the U.S. Military Cemetery, also known as the Netherlands American Cemetery in Margraten, Holland. Photographs show a cemetery that is at once beautiful, but also tragic in the number of simple white crosses that cover the grounds. In an article from May 29, 1945, the Rockford Morning Star listed 125 flags marked by gold stars that represented the alumni of the Rockford and West High School boys that had been killed during the war. Though 70 years have passed since the article first appeared in the Morning Star, time has not lessened the sorrow felt at the number of young men that gave their lives during that war and the other wars that our country has faced.
This is the end of our audio article. We hope you enjoyed it. The article, Lieutenant Burnside Bailey, was written by Kathi Kresol, copyright 2015. The article is also available in print on hauntedrockford.com. This audio presentation was produced by Thomas Saunders for Haunted Rockford, copyright 2024.